Have you ever found yourself in a situation where you wished you had an extra pair of eyes, recording everything exactly as it happened? In a world where video evidence can be the difference between a resolved dispute and a total nightmare, having the right body camera is no longer just for law enforcement. Today, we are diving deep into the world of personal security to find out which body camera truly stands above the rest. Number 7. HOFAOUG J001. This is a device that promises a lot of convenience due to its incredibly compact size. When I first unboxed this camera, I was genuinely impressed by how small and lightweight it was, making it seem like the perfect companion for a quick bike ride or a short walk. It easily slips into a pocket, and the initial setup process is remarkably straightforward, requiring almost no technical knowledge to get it powered on and recording within minutes. However, once I took it out into the real world for some rigorous testing, the honeymoon phase quickly wore off. The clip mechanism on the back of the camera, which is supposed to secure it to your clothing or backpack strap, feels remarkably flimsy and lacks the necessary tension. While jogging and even during brisk walks, I found the camera constantly shifting angles, meaning that half of my test footage ended up pointing awkwardly at the sky or down at my shoes instead of capturing what was actually in front of me. The video quality is another area where my testing revealed some significant limitations that potential buyers need to be aware of. While the daytime footage in bright natural sunlight is passable for casual use, the sensor struggles immensely the moment you step into the shadows or try to record at dusk. The low-light footage I captured was incredibly grainy, suffering from significant motion blur that would make it nearly impossible to identify a face or read a license plate if an incident were to occur. Battery life proved to be another massive hurdle during my daily usage of this device. The manufacturer makes certain claims about longevity, but in my practical tests, recording at the highest available resolution drained the battery alarmingly fast, leaving me stranded with a dead camera after just a little over an hour of continuous use. Number 6. BOBLOV M5 Body Camera. This is a device that adopts a much more traditional law enforcement style form factor. Right out of the gate, this camera feels significantly more substantial in the hand compared to the compact models, featuring a ruggedized exterior that looks ready to take a beating. When I strapped it on for a long day of running errands, I appreciated the dedicated recording buttons that are easy to locate entirely by touch, meaning I never had to take my eyes off my surroundings to start capturing video. Despite the rugged appearance, actually wearing the BOBLOV M5 for an extended period highlighted a very annoying physical design flaw. The camera is surprisingly heavy and front-loaded, which means if you clip it to a standard t-shirt or even a lightweight jacket, it violently sags forward, pointing the lens right at the ground. I had to constantly readjust the clip and pinch my clothing just to keep the camera facing forward, which is a massive distraction when you're trying to focus on a potentially tense situation. I spent a good amount of time testing the software interface and file management system, and frankly, it feels like it is stuck in the past. Navigating through the on-device menus to change resolutions or review footage is a clunky, frustrating experience that requires pressing multiple stiff buttons in confusing sequences. Furthermore, when I plugged it into my computer to transfer the day's footage, the data transfer speeds were painfully slow, turning what should have been a quick offload into a tedious waiting game that wasted my evening. The night vision capabilities of the M5 were something I was eager to test, as it features built-in infrared LEDs for recording in total darkness. 5. SixBondsCam VD01-128GB. This is a device that really started to turn my testing experience around with some incredibly smart design choices. The absolute standout feature here is the heavy-duty magnetic mounting system that comes included right in the box. I tested this mount extensively by attaching it to various materials, from thin cotton shirts to thick winter coats, and the magnet holds the camera rock solid against your chest, completely eliminating the sagging and angle shifting issues I experienced with previous models. When it comes to storage, this particular model shines because it comes with a generous 128 gigabytes of built-in memory. During my testing, I was able to record days' worth of errands, dog walks, and drives without ever having to worry about formatting the drive or running out of space at a crucial moment. This massive storage capacity gave me an incredible sense of peace of mind, knowing that if I ever needed to pull footage from earlier in the week, it would still be sitting there safely on the device. The video quality on the VD01 is a massive breath of fresh air, providing crisp, clear, and highly detailed footage across the board. I took this camera through dense, shadowy woods and bright, sunlit streets, and the sensor adjusted to the changing light conditions beautifully and rapidly. The colors are accurate, and more importantly, the image sharpness allows you to easily make out facial features and street signs from a very respectable distance, making it incredibly reliable for gathering evidence. Audio recording is another area where the SixBondsCam truly surprised me during my real-world testing. Most body cameras have muffled microphones that pick up too much wind noise, but the VD01 captured clear, distinct vocal audio even when I was standing near a busy road with traffic passing by. Number 4. BOBLOV M7. This is a camera that takes the lessons learned from the brand's earlier models and improves upon them in almost every conceivable way. From the moment I picked it up, I noticed the improved ergonomics. It is slimmer and better balanced, sitting much more flush against the body than its predecessors. I tested it during a simulated long delivery shift, hopping in and out of a vehicle, and it stayed perfectly positioned without getting in the way of seat belts or steering wheels. The crowning achievement of the M7 during my testing was its absolutely phenomenal battery life. I turned this camera on at the beginning of the day, left it recording continuously while I went about a myriad of tasks, and it just kept going and going without breaking a sweat. It easily pushed through a demanding 12-hour testing session on a single charge, making it the ultimate tool for delivery drivers, security guards, or anyone who works long, unpredictable shifts and cannot afford their equipment to die midway. I was also incredibly impressed with the integrated GPS functionality, which adds a crucial layer of verified data to your video files. During a test drive across town, the camera seamlessly embedded my precise location and speed directly onto the video stamp. If you ever find yourself involved in a traffic incident or a dispute over your whereabouts, having this undeniable, satellite-backed proof hard-coded into your footage is an absolutely invaluable asset that can save you a tremendous amount of legal headache. The fast charging capability of the M7 completely changed my workflow for the better. Instead of having to leave the camera plugged into a wall overnight, I found that I could plug it in during a quick lunch break and regain a massive percentage of battery life in under an hour. 3. Axon Body. 4. When I managed to get my hands on this unit for testing, I instantly understood why it is the gold standard for law enforcement agencies around the globe. The build quality is simply immaculate, featuring an ultra-ruggedized chassis that feels capable of surviving a drop off a building. I tested it in heavy rain and extreme dust, and the camera didn't even flinch, proving it is built for the harshest environments on Earth. The visual capability of the Axon Body 4 is completely staggering, largely due to its massive, sweeping field of view. When reviewing my test footage, I was blown away by how much of the scene was captured. It essentially records everything your human eye can see, and then some. This ultra-wide perspective is crucial because it captures the peripheral context of a situation, ensuring that off-camera movements or sudden side approaches are fully documented, leaving zero blind spots in your video evidence. One of the most mind-blowing features I tested was the bi-directional communication and live streaming capability. Through the integrated software, a dispatcher or trusted contact can actually tap into your camera's live feed and communicate directly with you through the camera's loud, clear speaker. I tested this with a colleague while walking through an empty parking garage. and having a live set of eyes watching my back in real time provided a level of unparalleled security that no standard offline camera could ever hope to match. The back-end software ecosystem that accompanies the Axon Body 4 is an absolute masterclass in digital evidence management. Every time I placed the camera on its charging dock, my test footage was automatically and securely uploaded to a tamper-proof cloud server without me having to press a single button or connect a single wire. 2. BOBLOV B4K5 4K Body Camera. This is a camera that brings true, stunning 4K resolution directly to your chest. When I booted this up and reviewed my first set of test clips on a 4K monitor, my jaw genuinely dropped. The level of detail captured is so sharp and so pristine that you can easily read distant street signs, identify subtle facial characteristics, and pick up on minute environmental details that standard 1080p cameras completely blur out. The image stabilization on the B4K5 is nothing short of pure magic. I deliberately subjected this camera to extreme movement by taking it on a rugged mountain biking trail, expecting the resulting footage to be a chaotic, unwatchable mess. Instead, the internal stabilization smoothed out every bump, jump, and vibration, resulting in footage that looked like it was shot on a professional gimbal. Having perfectly stable 4K footage during high-action moments guarantees that your evidence will always be clear and presentable. Waterproofing is another area where the B4K5 vastly exceeded my expectations during testing. I didn't just test it in a light drizzle. I wore it during a torrential downpour and even submerged it briefly in a shallow stream to test its seals. The camera kept recording continuously without a single glitch, and the lens cleared itself of water droplets incredibly fast. This true all-weather capability means you never have to think twice about your camera's safety when the skies suddenly open up. The ease of use combined with these high-end specs makes it an absolute dream for everyday civilians. It features a brilliant one-touch recording system. Even if the camera is completely powered off, pushing one large button instantly wakes the device and starts recording in under 2 seconds. 1 CAMMHD V8 256GB 4K body camera. This device takes everything you could possibly want in a personal security camera and perfectly executes it all in one magnificent package. I pushed this camera harder than any other model on this list, and its flawless blend of ultra-high-definition recording, massive storage, and unyielding reliability left me completely awestruck from day one. The sheer storage capacity is the first thing that sets it completely apart from the competition. With a massive 256 gigabytes of built-in memory, I was able to record literal weeks of high-quality 4K footage during my testing phase without ever having to manage my files or delete old videos to make room. This enormous hard drive gives you the ultimate freedom to just wear the camera and live your life, secure in the knowledge that you have an endless archive of space ready to capture anything that happens. The 4K optical sensor inside the CAMMHD V8 is an absolute masterpiece of engineering. During my rigorous day and night testing, the camera effortlessly captured cinematic-level clarity with beautifully balanced exposure. But what truly makes it the king is how it handles night vision. The infrared capability perfectly illuminates the dark without the harsh hotspots seen in inferior models, delivering crisp, evenly lit nighttime footage that looks almost as clear as daytime recordings. Battery stamina while recording in dense 4K resolution is notoriously difficult to achieve, but the CAMMHD V8 completely shatters expectations. I ran extensive battery drain tests with all settings cranked to the maximum, and this powerhouse camera easily survived a full workday, outlasting several of my other electronics. It manages its power consumption incredibly efficiently, ensuring that the heavy processing demands of 4K video never leave you with a dead device in an emergency.